Let's solve this quadratic type trigonometric equation involving cosine theta, where theta ranges from 0 up to 2 pi. When we have a quadratic type equation, it's always helpful to think in terms of x, right? A quadratic equation in terms of x. If I was confronted with x squared minus 3x plus 1, and I would try and factor it, and recognizing that it isn't factorable, then I would use the quadratic formula, right? Negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And realizing that the form of these two equations are similar, I'll use the quadratic formula on this equation. But instead of x equal to, we're going to have cosine of theta equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, right? The a here is 1, the b is a negative 3, and the c is also 1. Alright, so this simplifies to 3 plus or minus the square root of 5, all divided by 2. And so let's consider each of these solutions separately. Excuse me. Cosine theta is 3 plus radical 5 over 2, or 3 minus radical 5 over 2. Now radical 5 is more than 2, so this number here is greater than 1. Right? Cosine of theta will never be greater than 1, so there is no solution to this equation. For this equation, 3 minus radical 5 over 2 is a positive number less than 1. So I can represent theta exactly as the arc cosine of 3 minus radical 5 over 2. Okay. So let's consider the thetas that we're willing to consider. We want them starting at 0 and getting up to 2 pi. Three minus radical 5 over 2 is some positive number. So arc cosine is spitting out an angle in quadrant 1. As I continue up to 2 pi, I'm going to come across that same cosine value in quadrant 4 at the point x negative y. And the angle from 0 up to this point is the same as the angle from the x-axis down to this point. Okay. So the rotation, the angle that's going to get me all the way over to a cosine value that I want over here is going to be 2 pi minus this angle theta. So the solution, arc cosine, 3 minus radical 5 over 2, and also 2 pi minus arc cosine of 3 minus radical 5 over 2.